Everyone is curious about the end of the planet. In the trailer for Angel Studios' inspirational survivalist thriller Homestead, which comes out on December 20th, the narrator states, "This is the story of how it began." Newscasters declare at the beginning of the story, America has just been attacked. According to the logline, the country descends into unprecedented chaos after a nuclear bomb is detonated in Los Angeles. The logline goes on to describe how former Green Beret Jeff Erickson, portrayed by Bailey Chase from Longmire, and his family flee to the Homestead, a quirky prepper stronghold tucked away in the mountains. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Before going to the main topic, I want to say like this video and subscribe to the channel. The inhabitants of the Homestead are left to ponder. How long can a group of people withstand both the perils of human nature and the violence at their doorstep while violent threats and apocalyptic conditions envelop them? Neil McDonough, who starred in Tulsa King, as well as Don Olivieri, Jesse Hutch, and Olivia Sanabia, are also in the film. A companion TV series called Homestead, which carries on the plot, also premieres on the same day as the film on the studio's Angel.com website. The series also stars Sam Page, Jill Wagner, and Charles Esten. Based on Jeff Kirkham and Jason Ross's Black Autumn novel series, Homestead is opening in cinemas with Angel's Pay It Forward initiative, which invites viewers to buy a ticket for someone else so they can see the movie for free. The World War II drama Bonhoeffer Pastor is the most recent release from Angel Studios, which distributes faith-based and/or inspirational movies, including the popular Sound of Freedom from the previous year. Spy and Assassin fans of Tulsa King have been treated to several surprises in the second season, and just when it appeared that Sylvester Stallone's character Dwight Manfredi was about to have a quiet life with his family, the season finale delivered a huge shock. There appeared to be a happy conclusion to Dwight's struggle for power in Tulsa, his run-ins with former foes, and his eventual transition toward legitimacy. But the season's final scene implies that Dwight's problems are far from done. We're left with more questions rather than a clear conclusion, laying the groundwork for a potential third season that may bring more action, peril, and intrigue. Everyone is curious about the end of the planet. In the trailer for Angel Studios' inspirational survivalist thriller Homestead, which comes out on December 20th, the narrator states, "This is the story of how it began." Newscasters declare at the beginning of the story, America has just been attacked. According to the logline, the country descends into unprecedented chaos after a nuclear bomb is detonated in Los Angeles. The logline goes on to describe how former Green Beret Jeff Erickson, portrayed by Bailey Chase from Longmire, and his family flee to the Homestead, a quirky prepper stronghold tucked away in the mountains. The inhabitants of the Homestead are left to ponder. How long can a group of people withstand both the perils of human nature and the violence at their doorstep while violent threats and apocalyptic conditions envelop them? Neil McDonough, who starred in Tulsa King, as well as Don Olivieri, Jesse Hutch, and Olivia Sanabia, are also in the film. A companion TV series called Homestead, which carries on the plot, also premieres on the same day as the film on the studio's Angel.com website. The series also stars Sam Page, Jill Wagner, and Charles Esten. Based on Jeff Kirkham and Jason Ross's Black Autumn novel series, Homestead is opening in cinemas with Angel's Pay It Forward initiative, which invites viewers to buy a ticket for someone else so they can see the movie for free. The World War II drama Bonhoeffer Pastor is the most recent release from Angel Studios, which distributes faith-based and/or inspirational movies, including the popular Sound of Freedom from the previous year. Spy and Assassin fans of Tulsa King have been treated to several surprises in the second season, and just when it appeared that Sylvester Stallone's character Dwight Manfredi was about to have a quiet life with his family, the season finale delivered a huge shock. A tense exchange between Dwight and Cal Thresher, Neil McDonough, opens the finale. It is obvious that Dwight has gained the upper hand after a string of encounters. Once a formidable player in the underworld, Thresher attempts to work out a new agreement with Dwight. In order to provide a more secure future for their individual companies, he intends to replace Ming, Rich Ting, as his partner with Dwight. The seasoned gangster Dwight, however, is not going to give Thresher a free pass. He gives Thresher a warning. Either abandon the company to the thugs or risk death. Dwight makes it apparent that Bigfoot, cash flow. We'll look after Thresher if he doesn't resign. Surprisingly, Thresher consents to depart the company with little opposition. He leaves after explaining, almost casually, that he has grown weary of the industry nonetheless. Although Dwight appears to have won easily, there are some concerns about how easily Thresher leaves. Thresher's relationship with the Attorney General early in the season suggests that he may not be as helpless as he seems, and it is revealed that he has strong political ties. This raises the question of whether Thresher was responsible for Dwight's subsequent abduction. Although this is unclear, his relationships with influential people might play a role in upcoming seasons. It appeared for a time that Dwight would soon be involved in another conflict, particularly after turning down Bill Bevilacqua's, Frank Grillo, proposal to divide the Tulsa company 50/50ths. To exacerbate the situation, New York sends Chicky, Dominic Lombardozzi, to Tulsa with the mission of either removing Dwight or reintegrating him. The officials of New York are enraged and determined to bring Dwight down when he rejects both offers.
But Chicky seemed to have changed.
Compared to earlier, he is more composed and calculated. He and Bevilacqua offered Dwight a fresh chance, franchise the Tulsa model in rural regions such as Nebraska and Idaho. Throughout the negotiation, Chicky makes an effort to establish his dominance. At one point, he even speaks on Bevilacqua's behalf. Bevilacqua, who had earlier cautioned that Chicky's influence was limited, is not pleased with this attempt at control. There is a tense quiet when Bevilacqua unexpectedly shoots Chicky in the head. In the end, Dwight and Bevilacqua come to an agreement, a 50-50 share. Dwight even says to Bevilacqua, "You earned it." This exchange raises the question of whether Dwight was aware that Chicky would be killed by Bevilacqua. The audience is kept on edge by the moment's uncertainty because it's not apparent if Dwight is in complete control or merely a piece in the game. Additionally, it preserves the ambiguous character of the underground, where relationships can change rapidly and trust is limited. Things appear to calm down as the season finale goes on. Bodie, Martin Starr, Mitch, Garrett Hedlund, and other members of Dwight's family are all hopeful for better times ahead. Bodie's cannabis business is flourishing with nearly flawless profits, while Mitch has successfully taken over the auto dealership. Fans had hoped for a beautiful, tranquil finale, but it's too good to last. Dwight proudly announces that they've gone legitimate, giving each member of the family a cut of all the businesses. Everything is completely upended in the episode's closing seconds. The door flings open while Dwight and his wife, Margaret, Dana Delaney, are in bed, deep asleep. Dwight is abducted by a gang of Black Operations soldiers who barge in. After a scene earlier in the episode where police enforcement is shown obtaining information on Dwight at the request of Washington, D.C., it initially appears that he is just being arrested. However, as Dwight is marched away, it becomes evident that this is not your typical arrest. It is clear that Dwight's kidnapping is more nefarious than simply police enforcement when a sack is placed over his head and zip ties are utilized in place of handcuffs. Dwight is led to an interrogation room in what appears to be a warehouse. He sits at a table with bright lights shining on his face. "You work for us now," the enigmatic voice replies as Dwight demands to know who is behind this operation. We have a lot of questions after reading this terrifying response. What do they want from Dwight, and who has stolen him? The last sentence raises the possibility that Dwight will be compelled to return to the perilous environment he was attempting to flee. Tulsa King had not yet announced a third season at the time of the season's premiere. The season finale's events, however, imply that Dwight's quest is far from finished. A third season is probably in the works, since Tatiana Zappardino, who plays Dwight's daughter Tina, implied in a recent interview that all the sets are held. Dwight's kidnapping is a significant turning point that raises the possibility that his path to legitimacy was a front all along. Whether he likes it or not, the world of crime and corruption he is attempting to escape has a way of drawing him back. Dwight and his family will probably be forced back into the underworld by the enigmatic forces responsible for his kidnapping, who appear to have a larger goal in mind. Key story aspects in the upcoming season are probably going to revolve around the issues posed in the finale, such as who abducted Dwight, why, and what will happen next. As Dwight encounters new foes and increasingly difficult tasks, fans can anticipate that the stakes will increase even further. It is unclear if he will be compelled to return to the criminal world or be able to avoid it. The cliffhanger at the end of Season 2 has set up a tense and thrilling future for Dwight and his family, and Tulsa King is ready to view on Paramount+. This show has produced yet another dramatic moment that will have you waiting for the next season if you enjoy crime dramas with intrigue and surprising turns. In Sylvester Stallone's Tulsa King, Tyson's transformation from an eccentric driver to a possible criminal takes a sinister and unsettling turn. The Yellowstone universe has already demonstrated Taylor Sheridan's brilliance as a director. When he introduced the crime drama series Tulsa King in 2022, however, he upped the ante. The audience also gave this a lot of acclaim. However, it also starred the renowned Sylvester Stallone as mafia figure Dwight, the General Manfredi. In the show, Dwight has experienced a lot, including being imprisoned. His former cab driver Tyson Mitchell is now poised to follow in his footsteps if the second season of the show is to be believed. The most eye-catching character was Tyson, played by Jay Will, who met Sylvester Stallone's Dwight Manfredi at the airport. Viewers witnessed the character's development from a driver to Dwight's most devoted right man over the first season, complete with his typical eccentric demeanor. However, a number of dubious aspects of Tyson have surfaced in the second season of the program. His plot arc on the show might be totally changed by these factors. Furthermore, he might even wind himself behind bars like Dwight, who served 25 years in prison prior to arriving in Tulsa. For instance, the show took a significant step in episode 4 of the second season by drawing Tyson farther into the criminal underworld. He was present when a murder was committed. Furthermore, Dwight had said clearly by episode 5 that he never wanted Tyson to come into contact with blood. Given that Tyson may be facing murder charges himself, which would precisely reflect Dwight's past, this statement raises the possibility that a larger plan may be imminent. However, it is still unclear why the show is making such a strong effort to introduce Tyson into the realm of organized crime. According to the direction the program is currently moving, Tyson faces a bleak future if he keeps going in this direction. When Tyson gets to Tulsa, he becomes Dwight Manfredi's first devoted ally. His interactions with Dwight were one of the many things that kept the audience on the edge of their seats throughout the performance. However, in the second season of the show, his character has taken a somewhat controversial turn. We'll had a lengthy conversation about the show with Screen Rant before to its broadcast, as well as what it was like to be on screen with Michael Beach and Stallone, two Hollywood icons. Even if Stallone is the project spokesperson, Tyson has managed to forge his own distinct persona and fan base, the host asked. So much so that while the crime drama plays out, the audience does not want to see Tyson be hurt. He added to this. The actor also discussed how Michael Beach and Sylvester Stallone fostered a positive environment on the shoot. Additionally, Stallone creates a somber environment that emphasizes diligence. In contrast, Beach exudes a loving, fatherly spirit that stimulates imagination and inquiry. Given that star and executive producer Sylvester Stallone is negotiating a new contract to return to the popular Paramount Plus drama series for seasons 3 and 4, it appears like Taylor Sheridan's Tulsa King will continue for at least 2 more seasons. According to Deadline, Stallone will receive a boost from the $1.5 million he received for each episode in Season 2, which was an increase from $750,000 for each episode in Season 1. The program Tulsa King has been fantastic, and Stallone's portrayal of the character has been excellent. The source suggests that Tulsa King might go for more than 4 seasons, and spin-offs might possibly be an option. Stallone plays New York Mafia capo Dwight, the General Manfredi in the television series. The plot centers on the gangster who, after being summarily exiled by his boss and after 25 years in jail, is forced to move to Tulsa, Oklahoma. In the modern, straight-shooting town of Tulsa, the mobster must confront the shocking challenge of re-establishing his Italian mafia family. There, Sal meets unexpected and unprepared people who follow him on his unorthodox rise to prominence. In Season 2, Stallone's character Dwight works with his crew to fight off looming threats from one powerful local businessman and the Kansas City mob. Dwight juggles managing all of his affairs while trying to keep his family and team safe. In addition, he still has unresolved business in New York. Terrence Winter is the author of the series, which is syndicated by Paramount Global Content Distribution and produced by MTV Entertainment Studios and 101 Studios for Paramount+. As discussions for an unusual multi-season commitment to the popular series Tulsa King come to a close, Sylvester Stallone is expected to continue ruling Tulsa. According to industry insiders, the Hollywood icon will have a big impact on the Taylor Sheridan television universe by returning for Season 3 and securing his spot through Season 4. With strong audience statistics that surpass projections, the pact is a huge vote of confidence from Paramount+. With 2 million views worldwide on its first day, the Season 2 debut broke all previous records. The program reached over 10 million households worldwide in just 35 days, which was 8% greater than Season 1's performance. According to Maria Rodriguez, an entertainment analyst, the numbers speak for themselves. It's obvious you have something special on your hands when you see this kind of growth in viewership, especially for a sophomore season. The show's increasing popularity is reflected in the deal's financial conditions. According to those familiar with the negotiations, Stallone, who made $1.5 million per episode in Season 2, will receive a sizable pay raise. Compared to his original Season 1 compensation of $750,000 each episode, this is a significant increase. The big news doesn't end there, though. According to reports, Paramount Plus is looking into a number of spin-off ideas, using Sheridan's Yellowstone franchise as a model. Industry insiders indicate that authors are already coming up with ideas that might take the Tulsa King realm in unforeseen ways, even though specifics are still being kept under wraps. For those who are not familiar with the series, Tulsa King centers on Dwight the General's Manfredi, Stallone, a mafia capo from New York who is unexpectedly sent into exile by his boss to establish operations in Tulsa, Oklahoma, following a 25-year jail sentence. Audiences have responded well to the fish-out-of-water plot, which combines dark humor with crime drama. Because it was Stallone's first major appearance in a television series in his decades-long career, the show's popularity is especially remarkable. The brilliant ensemble cast of the current season has grown to include newcomers Frank Grillo and Neil McDonough, as well as Jay Will and Andrea Savage. It's interesting to note that although Taylor Sheridan's creative fingerprint is evident in the show, showrunner Terrence Winter has disclosed that Sheridan has had little direct participation beyond penning the pilot. In a recent interview, Winter said that Taylor created the first draft of the pilot, handed it to him, and told him, "Take it and run with it." The success of the program hasn't been hampered by this laissez-faire attitude. Winter and his crew have managed to preserve the delicate balance of drama and dark humor that viewers have grown to adore. The success of the show is a major victory for Paramount Plus as it expands its streaming business. Tulsa King demonstrates that lightning may strike twice, solidifying itself as a foundation franchise in its own right, even though Yellowstone may have made the platform famous for its original content. Fans can anticipate more of Stallone's captivating portrayal of the out-of-water mobster who has made Oklahoma his unexpected kingdom as production prepares for next seasons. Tulsa King is certain to dominate the streaming market for years thanks to strong viewership, positive reviews, and a multi-season commitment from its star. Keep checking back for official news on premiere dates and spin-off specifics as this story progresses. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks, everyone.